Yo, Steel Mills, what's the deal, man? Peep game, bro. We gotta talk about this Crawford shit, my nigga. We on week 3 of an announcement that was supposed to be made. What the fuck is going on, man? I keep telling niggas, man, he's not getting that fight with no fucking Manny Pacquiao. It's not happening. He is not getting a fight with Manny Pacquiao, man. They keep doing this bullshit, and they rock him to sleep. They rock him to sleep and rock him to sleep, my nigga. They keep dangling this carrot in his face. That's Manny Pacquiao, and he's so hell bent on getting the fight that they'll allow some bullshit fight to seep in there to, you know, to hold him over until the fight gets made. And then you get situations like this. Oh man, he ain't fought nobody. This man get no. You're not getting the Manny Pacquiao fight, man. I just, and the fact that Manny was even in talking about fighting Earl the way Bully Spence next, that is the highest form of a fuck you. Bud, please get away from this old ass nigga, bro. He has nothing to offer you. The only 2 niggas that he's even entertaining fighting you on that side of the street are the same 2 niggas that ain't even looking at your direction at this point in time. They is not looking, they not thinking about you. They not thinking about you. I don't think Manny would duck you if you was on that side of the street, but you're under Bob Arum, bro. And this is Floyd and Manny all over again. I'm not fucking with you if you fucking with Bob. That's how this shit is shaping out to be. Manny ain't ducking no smoke, bro. Like, nah, bro. That shit just ain't in his DNA. That ain't in his DNA. You know, niggas on the outside looking in, especially here in Omaha, are gonna say that shit because they've been talking about this fight since after he beat Gamboa in 2014. You understand what I'm saying? Like, even before Bud was ready for the Manny fight, they was talking about him and Manny. I just feel like this, man, it's just not gonna happen. They have nothing to offer you. Bob will lowball Thurman and Sean Porter. I don't even think he's gonna look at a Ugas. And Ugas has a belt. Ugas said, I would have fought Terrence right after his last fight. Like, come on, man. Like, I just don't understand how y'all are this slow on the trigger with this matchmaking. This shit is terrible, bro. And I'm telling you, I feel like they said September, but that's damn near a full fucking year. Why does he have to wait till September? It's about to be May. He can get a fight in July or August. July, fuck it. He can get something in July. August for a pay-per-view if you put the right opponent in front of him. Give him Sean Porter. Give him Keith Thurman. Top Rank is about to be in a position of where that, like, after they see in the now how y'all are doing a pound-for-pound caliber fighter, a pound-for-pound fighter, they're going to, all right, cool. You a startup package. You a jumpstart. You can jumpstart my career and I'm out after that. You're not going to be able to keep talent like that. Because ain't nobody going to want to fuck with you. There's no reason why a top 5 pound-for-pound fighter, pound-for-pound king on a lot of people's pound-for-pound list, should be scraping for a fight, like begging for a fight practically. There's no reason for this. People should be knocking down that man's door trying to get a fight with him. Instead, niggas is just ring around the rosy shit. You can't get Earl. Earl don't want to entertain you. Manny don't want to entertain you. Thurman and Porter were salivating for that fight. Ugas was like, what's good? And you will not properly compensate them niggas to get them in the ring. I don't get it with this dude. I don't get it. How you are this lackluster in a business that you have been a part of for 5 fucking decades. This shit is lunacy. This is lunacy. You knew who that man was before he signed with you. It's your job as his manager to work around his personality. Everybody ain't all outgoing like that, you know, like that's just not his get down. He'll be like that around his loved ones and the people that he's comfortable with, but to the outside niggas, no. I don't know y'all like that. You have to know that. You have to know your fighters. And I can't understand for the life of me how you're tarnishing this man's career. He's wasting his prime fucking with you. He is wasting his prime. And you don't seem to give a fuck. You don't seem to give a fuck. And you won't even acknowledge your inadequacies when it comes to promoting him and managing him. You won't even do that. You know you don't have the best stock of fucking welterweights. You look like a fool sitting up here trying to funk with Al Heyman. It's not about you bitch ass promoters, man. That's what I need the fuck y'all to understand. It's not about y'all. Niggas is not ordering pay-per-views to see you niggas. It's not about y'all. Look at what Eddie Hearn is doing, bro. It's not about y'all. I don't do business without Hank. Man, get the fuck out of here, bro. Earl Spence is not the only fighter under the PBC banter. They have all of the fucking welterweights. All the top welterweights are over there. You only have Crawford. And at this point, the only one that it seems that you will be willing to get in there and run, because I don't know what you and Eddie Hearn's relationship is like, but Virgil Ortiz. That's the only logical fight for him at this point, according to you, because you just won't fuck with Al Heyman. This shit is ridiculous, man. We about to be a month removed from a fucking announcement. Like, this is you just keep doing this shit to you had to cancel fights because he wasn't properly promoted. How is that possible? I can't think of a Lomachenko fight that had to get canceled because of, due to promotion. And he don't even fucking speak English. Or he speak English, but barely. Like, come on, man. Don't sit here and talk to me about his. You're placing fault on him because he's just not the personality. That's not his character. You can't fault him for that. But you will go through hell and high water to promote a fucking European fighter to come over here and have a big platform in the USA. There's no reason why Lomachenko should be having bigger fights than a Terrence Crawford. Lomachenko is selling out Madison Square. The Madison Square. But you can't get a proper fight with Bud? Like, come on, man. This shit is just ridiculous to me. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, man. Do not. If y'all sell us a Jose Cito Lopez fight, y'all will have tarnished this man's career. Because if he gets a Jose Cito Lopez while Spence is looking to be fighting Ugas or even a Manny Pacquiao, he's gonna stunt on Bud so fucking hard and you can't even fault him. You won't even be able to fault him for it. Amir Khan and Kell Brook were good wins. I think those were good wins. Are they equivalent to Sean Porter in the now? No. Danny Garcia? No. Ugas? No. They're not. Shit, you can't even say that they're comparable to Mikey Garcia. Like, come on, man. This shit is just really getting ridiculous, man. And you just refuse to acknowledge your wrongdoing. You just refuse to acknowledge it. It's like you don't give a fuck about this man's career. You don't give a fuck about this man's career. Cain Velasquez was a good win. Cain Velasquez is a fucking adequate welterweight. But is he on the same scale of a fucking Keith Thurman or a Sean Porter or a Danny Garcia? No. Once again, you paid Amir Khan far more than you paid any other fighter, and Amir Khan at that point was shot. I can admit, yeah, he was pretty shot by that time. I thought Terrence Crawford would. I thought it would take a few rounds for Bud to adjust to his speed. He figured that nigga out in one round, and you threw him 5 M's, but wouldn't throw that shit to Danny Garcia. Wouldn't throw that shit. You won't throw that shit to Sean Porter. You won't throw that shit to Keith Thurman. Like, goddamn, man, what the fuck is wrong with your old? That shit is corny, man. Like, you're hindering this man's career. If you match him up with a Josecito Lopez, you have tarnished this man's career. That can't even be argued against. You would have tarnished this man's career. Josecito Lopez, no. Fuck no. Hell the fuck no. Josecito Lopez, as we saw, is that's a comeback fight. I'm sorry. A tune-up. Thurman proved that. You don't match a nigga up. You don't match. Bud is active. He's been active. He doesn't need a tune-up. And you gonna try and feed him Josecito Lopez? And get mad when Earl Spence stunts on him like that? Like, this is your fault. All of this shit is your fault. Bob. Cheddar Bob ass nigga. The fuck? This shit is whack, man. Like, it's not cool, man. It's not cool. Because promoters want to be dickheads and gain as much money as they possibly can. You will hold a fighter hostage and the fans and his supporters hostage until you see something a lucrative fight. Bitch ass nigga, it's not about you. It's not about you. This is about him. This is about him. Y'all just lost Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo is about to be a superstar in the next few years. A superstar. And you lost him. You've lost him. I don't get this, man. There's no reason why a nigga who has no business experience should be able to see the writings on the wall more clearly than a motherfucker who's been in this shit for 5 decades. Been around longer, just as long as my parents, man. As long as my parents have drawn blood and breath in their bodies, you've been around this particular scene, and you just don't. How does this shit not make sense to you? How does Amir Khan and Kell Brook make more sense than Sean Porter and Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia? That makes no sense. I knew for a fact when the fight happened, Amir Khan, he's not gonna get credit for beating Amir Khan. Even though I still saw potential in Amir Khan. I'm like, he's not gonna get credit for that. Kell Brook, I say they're not gonna give him credit. I told my bro that they're not gonna give that man credit for that. And they went to infinity and beyond to make it make sense in their head. Man, Kell Brook is off 3 knockout wins and this and that and the third and yada yada. It doesn't matter. They're not going to give him credit for that. Because even at 54, it ain't Brian Castano. It ain't Tony Harrison. It ain't Charlo. It ain't Hurd, Lara. It's none of them. It's Michael Zarafa. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to get credit for that. And what happened? They gave that man every excuse to demean that victory. He got 2 broken orbital bones. Like I thought that was going to happen. But to you, that makes sense. Kell Brook makes sense. It makes sense to a hardcore. And even there's some hardcores who was like, no, that's a bullshit fight. Compared to what's available, hell no. That makes no sense. So now here we are, 3 weeks removed from an announcement that was supposed to be made, and y'all still have yet to match him up with anybody. As if there is not 3 credible welterweights available at this very moment who are fresh. Virgil Ortiz, he may not necessarily be fresh because, you know, that was a, you know, he went to war with Maurice Hooker. Jaron Ennis, he's not gonna look in their direction. Sean Porter makes sense. Keith Thurman makes sense. I'll even take Danny Garcia off of the loss before I fucking take a Josecito Lopez. And there's no shot at Josecito Lopez, man. I respect all professional prize fighters. I do. But there's just some fights that are just unacceptable, and this is one of them. You cannot feed us Josecito Lopez and think that that's gonna be all right, cool, because it's not. That's not cool whatsoever. At like, what, like, are you kidding me right now? It's fucked up that you would even entertain some shit like that. Do not give us Josecito Lopez. You go open up that goddamn wallet and give us the fights that we need to see. Everybody was clamoring for Bud and Porter. And what you don't realize, I don't even think of Virgil Ortiz. Spencer find a way to stun on him because he's stunting on fucking Jaron Ennis. And you think he's gonna be like, oh shit, he did just beat Virgil Ortiz. He did just beat Jaron Ennis after he done stunned on them niggas on social media. You have to give us Ugas, Thurman, Porter, or Garcia. Those fights can be made. None of them have nobody in the scope at them. There's no talk on the circuit of who these niggas is looking to be fighting. Do not give us no what's his name? David Ayesanya something. No. That's not gonna cut it. That is not gonna cut it. That man needs ex-champion, if not a champion, ex-champions who are still valid contenders for another shot at the title. You got me fucked up if you think you finna sit here and pass off old motherfucking Josecito Lopez on us and think we supposed to be satisfied with that. You are tarnishing our champion's reputation. That's our champion. I don't fuck what nobody say. Bud is a proud Nebraskan, North Omaha to the core, and he bangs that shit. That's our champion. We haven't had an athlete as prominent as him come out of our section in the city. Gabrielle Union ain't bang Omaha like that. She didn't. Until recently. She done changed subjects on people when they done asked her, well, so where are you from? Yolanda Ross don't really bang Omaha like that. For her fine ass. Hi, Yolanda. But I'm saying, bro, Bud is a proud Nebraskan. It's on his trunks when he goes into the ring. It's on his robes when he's walking out. It's Husker fitteds. It's Creighton snapbacks. It's all of that. That's our champion. And we're proud of him. That's why when he comes out, he can have a fight announced 3 days before he got a fight in Omaha and the arena sell out. On a Friday, on a Tuesday, on a Wednesday. That's how proud we are of him. And you will sit here and give him the runaround and diminish this man's career because you don't fuck with a particular promoter. It's not about your old ass. Give us the fights that we've been clamoring for. Give us Sean Porter. Give us Thurman. We'll even take Garcia. We'll take Ugas as well, since he's been elevated to champion status. We'll take them fights. But don't you dare feed us Josecito Lopez. Like, even just... I've always been under the mindset that Bud would he's gonna outclass Spence. But Spence is fighting the more adequate competition. That matters. He's sharpening his skill set with the highest caliber of opponents. While Bud is getting Kell Brook, who is a fucking high caliber opponent, but he's not top 10, top 5. He's top 20. Amir Khan is top 20. But they're not top 10 and top 5. And you would, it's just, this shit crazy, my nigga. Like, you got me fucked up, man. I'm mad that every time I look at this shit, man, like, I go on these forums and see these niggas talking about the champ like that. And you, it's hard to even defend it because you have put him in a position as to where it's damn near indefensible. He doesn't have the best resume. He doesn't. Is he one of the top 5? Is he top 3 pound for pound as far as skills concerned? You can't deny it. But he doesn't have the best resume. He just doesn't. And it's not his fault. He's called out all them niggas except Porter because Porter, that's his man. They don't want to fight each other, but at this point, it's kind of looking like it's like, all right, yo, fuck him. So fuck it. But he was gunning for Thurman and he was gunning for Spence. Thurman, this shit is getting depressing, man. And because of your actions, he's making the statements that he's making out of, you know, all that shit is spawned out of frustration. I don't need them, they need me. The fuck he don't need them. You don't think he needs a win over an Earl Spence Jr. to validate him as one of the greats? You don't think he would need a win over a Sean Porter or Keith Thurman to validate him as one of the greats? Hell yeah, he needs them. But this is I mean, he's far more accomplished than them. So if I can't get them fired, I mean, shit, I'm more, it's frustration. They won't fight me. And now that they will fight me, my promoter won't match me up with them. So you're finding a way to cope with the fact that you might not get these fights. I don't need them, they need me. I'm more accomplished, I'm in the Hall of Fame. Or I'm going to the Hall of Fame, which he will be. But he needs them as validation. Because he has yet to fight or beat a nigga who's on their level. Despite Kell Brook beating Sean Porter back in 2014. Kell Brook is not more valuable than Sean Porter at this time. I've said that before. You are single-handedly destroying this man's career because your selfish ass don't want to deal with a particular individual. And that particular individual just happens to have the entire stock. The entire stock of welterweights. You have the main welterweight, the HNIC, and you will not properly compensate that man. You just do not need to be in the business, man. You just need to go on ahead and retire and let your kids run the shit, or somebody else, because you ain't it, man. You ain't it. You ain't it. There's no excuse for pound for pound a fighter of Terrence Crawford's magnitude to be scraping and scrounging for a fight. No reason whatsoever. That is completely unacceptable. As unacceptable as Jose Cito Lopez would be if you match him up with him. You bitch ass nigga. God, I cannot stand Bob Arum, dude. I cannot stand Bob Arum. Manny Pacquiao. He's not getting a fight with Manny Pacquiao. It's not happening. I've been saying that for I don't know how long. Niggas in Omaha are just hell-bent on the fact that he's going to get that fight with Manny Pacquiao. No, he's not. He's not getting a fight with, not under Bob Arum. The fuck? Oh my God, I can't stand this old ass nigga, man. Just go on about your business, dude. Let my man go so he can continue his career. because you ain't helping. You hurting.